down to this.
Yeah, you were uncovered, yeah. You deconstructed, yeah. You dirty hooker, yeah. You can't deny it, yeah. It's in your mind, yeah. It's in your head, yeah. You must enjoy it, yeah. You can't deny it, yeah. I'm searching for that thing about you. Got that thing about. Got that thing about you. Got that thing about you. Fucking yeah.
Only one champion. Pride Fighting Championships. The final conflict. Let the showdown begin.
That has got to get the blood flowing. Good evening from Tokyo in the ring of the Tokyo Dome. Pride Final Conflict. This is the greatest card we've had yet. Alongside El Guapo, Boss Rutan, Damon the Dog, Perry here, and El Guapo, this card is all about the middleweights, but in addition to that, the 60,000 fans here and around the world on TV are going to see some serious heavyweight bouts, including the Croatian sensation with a kick, Mirko Krokop, probably his biggest test to date against Antonio Minotauro Nogueiro. But really, it's all about the middleweights tonight, boss.
Yes, it is.
Explain the fatigues to our audience.
Come on, Final Conflict. I thought this will fit that name very well. But and also I wear it because of the troops in Iraq. I support the troops in Iraq because do you know that they are watching this show through satellite in Iraq? And for those people in Iraq, I made this special poster. I watched and look at this.
Hey,
look at this handsome guy there. A tribute. This is for all you guys out there, okay? But let's forget about the poster. Let's go down. 4 contestants left. On one side, we have Quinton Rampage Jackson, and he's going to face Chuck the Iceman Liddell. And on the other side, we have HIDEHIKO Yoshida, and he's going to face the middleweight champion, Wanderlei Silva. Now, this is going to be wild, man.
This is just too good a fight card. And as a matter of fact, they're so good. Remember, they didn't walk here. They had to fight their way here back in August. Total elimination. Here's a reminder. That's how we got to tonight, El Guapo, and I'll tell you, it's going to be even better tonight. 3 Pride tough guys and one UFC fighter. I don't get that. The Iceman will go down because, let's face it, the UFC has no middleweights. They have no heavyweights. I mean, they're basically...
Andy Couture, you remember me?
Yeah, the natural. I was just singing your praises. You're the best, man. You're the best. Boss, help me out.
Hey, my mother told me I cannot hit old man, so I can't hit old man.
The last guy that called me an old man got his ass spanked.
Oh yeah, old man, what do you want to do? Don't spank me! Don't spank me, please!
I'll tell you what, while El Guapo and the Natural work out their differences, let's go to the real final conflict now. The wait is over, boss. Rutan.
Sir, it is.
Look at the explosions inside the Tokyo Dome. Nearly 60,000 will pack it. The final conflict, and conflict it will be. Pride Grand Prix 2003. Look at the atmosphere.
Look at the water. The water is spraying up. Unbelievable.
Damon the dog very along with boss Wambo Rutan. And obviously they are setting the fever in here, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Getting ready for what we have. The middleweights, of course, but some unbelievable heavyweights tonight as well.
It's going to be unbelievable. The four fighters, they look so gnarly, so intense. It's going to be so wild. I cannot hear myself. It's going too wild. It's too music. Look at this.
You can see the live orchestra right now as they introduce the fighters inside the Tokyo Dome and put their likeness all over the big screen out here. Gary Goodrich versus the Bull, the first match, and those two obviously on the screen already. They will kind of whet the appetite, if you will, boss, for the second and the second fight in the beginning of what is final conflict with the middleweight.
And there we have Murillo Bustamante, and he's going to take on Dan Henderson right here, walking up.
The sixth match. From the United States of America,
Oh, Kevin Randleman, ladies and gentlemen.
We've got a lot of talking to do about him a little bit later tonight, boss. The monster has quite a story leading up into this fight.
But this man right here, Sakuraba, listen to the audience.
House comes down. House comes down every time.
I can't hear myself speaking anymore, and I have the volume all the way up. Whoa! Antonio Rodrigo Noguera.
No doubt, Crocop's toughest test today, boss, will come right there with that man. Because obviously it'll be the interim heavyweight title.
Here he is, Mirko Krokop.
And we'll get into the conversation you had with him just a little less than an hour ago, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
from the United States of America,
And here he is from the UFC, ladies and gentlemen.
How can you tell he's from the UFC? Does it say something? Yes. And there's his opponent.
Rampage.
Oh, what a battle those two are going to put on.
Oh, here he is, the ex-murderer.
Boss, you call the ex-murderer the favorite or not in this 8-man thing? Is he your favorite? Is he the favorite to win it?
He is the favorite because he has the lesser, stronger opponent.
Well,
But here we have HIDEHIKO Yoshida.
and he doesn't want to hear you call him lesser. He is the opponent, but it's going to be something. There's
It's gonna be wild
They go
and
with
wild.
all the fighters. Will start with the heavyweight. The live orchestra is going at it. Pride, final conflict. Let it go. All right, boss, it's time to get this party started. And we're getting it started with a bull and a Big Daddy. Now remember, Big Daddy, he didn't last but $1.09 in the last fight. I'm hoping we get to wait a little bit before we get to fight number 2. How long does this go?
This could go very well and very good for Daddy, Big Daddy that is, because he has a lot of ring experience. The bull, however, he looks like a bull. He's like a miniature Hulk. This guy is full of strength. If he clinches up Gary, takes him to the side, takes him to the ground, Gary could be in trouble. But if Gary plays his game and moves around, he could win this fight.
Boss, the bull is not a miniature anything, man. The guy's like 345 or whatever he is. He's not miniature. He'll want to take it to the ground, but I think it's going to be a knockout. It won't go past the first round.
I think maybe
It
second
will
round.
not go past the first
It
round.
will maybe
It
go.
will not go past the first round.
Yes, sir!
Thank you, sir. Let's fight, baby.
Okay.
Back inside the Tokyo Dome. Damon the Dog Berry, of course, boss, and we are set for fight number one. Mr. Bruton, Gary, Big Daddy Goodrich versus Dan the Bull Bobish, and there is a huge, over 30-pound weight difference here, but Gary said, no worries, we're going all rules acceptable.
Yeah, but look at him. He is huge.
Absolutely, and his first Pride fight here, but obviously he's not immune to big fights. He and Gary actually went to Brazil together, so he's very grateful and gracious toward Big Daddy back in 96 and 97. So they're familiar with each other, but once that bell sounds, it's all about drop 'em.
It's about the money.
Well, it will be. It will be. Obviously, this weight difference is huge. Interesting, though, talking this week, we talked to Big Daddy, and he said, you know what? I didn't train as hard for this fight because I trained so hard in the last one and lasted all of 1:09. So he said he was in great shape and it made it easier, but he did not train as, just as by the book as he did for the last fight here in August.
Yes, and that's going to maybe be a factor. And on the other side, on the other hand, it could be work as a favor for him because he's going to this fight with nothing to lose. A lot of weight difference. He says, you know what, let's go in and I'm going to do my thing. If he's going to do stick and move the first round, move around and try to make Dan tired, he could win in the later rounds.
First round again, 10 minutes. Obviously, the Bull said he's about 20, 30 pounds heavier than he'd like to be, but he feels like his cardio is better than expected.
Oh, and you saw Big Daddy right away moving backwards and boxing, which is a very difficult thing to do. He got something in his eye. Big Dan got something in his eye.
Yes, he does, and there's a left that connects, an uppercut, now several to the body, and Dan is down on one knee. He does. He is pointing to his right eye. Gary's trying to still go at him, but something is in the right eye, and it is going to be a referee stoppage. His eye is cut. It looks like his eye is cut.
Yeah, it was cut before. He was complaining about it.
Just 18 seconds into round one. He is right in front of us, and now you can see him on camera there. And they are looking directly, doctors looking into the right eye.
Yeah, you can see it. There's the big bulb in his right eye.
Did you see how it happened, boss? Did you see anything that happened there?
I think maybe it was a finger or something that got into his eye. He complained about it to the ref already, and Gary took advantage of the fact that he was distracted, and he hit him with everything, and the kitchen sink.
Mark Coleman in to celebrate with his man. Now Mark walking over to the Bull, talk to him, and Tom Erickson as well. The Bull talking about that eye. He is obviously not thrilled with this whole thing. Let's see if we can see it right here.
Let's see what's happening. He's already got something in his eye, see?
It looked like it might have been that left. Maybe the glove caught it, boss.
Yep. Exactly right. Look at this power. What a punching power.
Look, I'll tell you, if we could see that first combination again, I think it might have been the left that he threw. It looked like maybe part of the glove just cut the eye of the Bull. We'll have to find out. Well.
Whoa, look at that.
Boss Rudenel-Wamba, that is the shortest appetizer I think we could have.
18 seconds. My God, this is fast. But at least we can see a pride kill there.
Well, Big Daddy, he will take it. A W is a W. And I'll tell you, he lost in 1:09 here in August, and I'm sure he is thrilled. And listen, the victory is the victory. If somebody gets hurt, that's just the way it is. I'm sure you've been in that situation yourself.
Yes, it's absolutely right. He didn't react. The referee didn't stop. And it's like you said, he hurt him, I think, already with it left. And he just went for it. Rules are rules. When the referee doesn't stop it, hey, there you go.
Whoever wins, I have to say that, by the way. Whoever wins, you or Chucky, do you think there's a disadvantage if Silva wins his fight?
Hell no. I don't give a fuck, man. I don't care. At first I care, you know what I'm saying? I don't care anymore. I just want this shit to get over with. Tonight is the night. I'm gonna do my thing, and when I do my thing will be done. I don't give a fuck who in the finals with me. I got to beat Chuck today. I know that's the first thing here in my motherfucking way. He gotta get out my way, so I'm gonna do my shit, man. I'm a soldier. I'm a street soldier. I'm gonna do this shit. Fuck it. I want that belt. I'm taking that motherfucker home with me. Fuck it.
My friends from college took me to a show, and these wrestlers out there kicking ass. I
was like, damn, you can get paid for kicking ass and you don't go to jail? Sign me up. 2 months later, I was fighting, dog.
You don't wanna mess with me. Why? One shot, both of your knees. Yeah. Come on in, step in the ring. Come on, all about the money. I gotta get the money. Yeah. You don't wanna mess with me. Why? One shot, both of your knees. Yeah. Come on in, step in the ring. Come on, all about the money. I gotta get the money. Yeah.
Quinton Rampage Jackson has already proven that he is one of the top middleweight fighters in the world, but now he's on a mission to prove that he is the best.
No one in my weight class could beat me right now. I'm training too hard. I'm just too mentally focused. Now, I don't want to sound like conceited or anything, but I train too hard. I got the best trainer in the world, and my cardio is getting better, and I'm drinking less, you know, playing less video games, training harder. So I think if someone fights me right now, they're in for a good fight. If they do beat me, I don't think they're going to want to go to the next round.
Quinton advanced to the second and final round of Pride Fighting's tournament by beating Bustamante in August. But his victory was a close one, proving in the sport of fighting, you're only as good as your last fight. And after narrowly escaping with a win, Quinton was not happy about his performance.
I haven't fought to a decision in over 2 years. You know, so I like it when I finish people, you know. Even though I was training for Aruna, and honestly, my game plan was thrown off when I came to Japan and I found out I was fighting him. I wasn't even tired. I was just very cautious with him because I didn't know anything about Bustamante. And this is a tournament, you know, so I want to win the tournament. So my first priority is to win the fight before, you know what I'm saying, doing any outrageous things.
Now, Jackson knows he's a skilled fighter, but he attributes his record to one main strength.
My biggest strength is my strength. I think that's my biggest strength because I'm strong, and my biggest strength is that I'm naturally strong, and that's my biggest strength.
What about possibly fighting twice in one night in the final conflict?
Honestly, I never fought a tournament before in my life. I did wrestling tournaments, but I never did fighting tournaments. So in wrestling tournaments, it's probably the same way for, you know, fighting tournaments. You just go out there and try to get that first guy out the way quick as hell. You know, I didn't know who I would be fighting the second time and really didn't care because they go get slammed anyway. I think I'm sticking to my wrestling, you know, tournament style. Get them out the way quick as hell.
One shot, both of your knees. Yeah.
To get to the final match of the tournament, Rampage will first have to go through the UFC's Chuck the Iceman Liddell.
I ain't worried about Chuck, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you know what I'm saying? It's a business. I like Chuck. When we see each other, we shake each other's hand, we look at each other. You know what I'm saying? He a big guy. We just about the same weight. You know what I'm saying? He got a little beer better thing going on, though. He's a cool guy. I like him, you know what I'm saying? But he come to my neck of the woods, you know what I'm saying? Put them hands up, and suck that gut in, you know what I'm saying? And do his shit, man. Chuck the man.
In Quinton's mind, it's not if, but when he makes it to the second fight of the night. So then, who would Quinton like to face?
In the final round, I wanted to be whoever's hurt the most, because I need that money. Whoever hurt the most, and they got the most injuries from their first fight, and they all bleeding already, cut up and everything, but they still can go, you know, for a fight. That's who I want to fight. The guy that's already got his butt kicked real bad, but he barely won. That's the guy I want, because I need that money. That money would look good in my pocket, you know what I'm saying? You don't want that money. I want that money. I want the money. You know what I can do with that money? You don't know what I can do with that money, dude. Man, I can do some things with that money.
You don't wanna mess with me. Why? One shot, both of your knees. Yeah. Come on in, step in the ring. Come on, all about the money. I gotta get the money. Yeah. You don't wanna mess with me. Why? One shot, both of your knees. Yeah. Come on in, step in the ring. Come on, all about the money. I gotta get the money. Yeah.
Knee buckling. I don't know if Rampage is going to be able to buck Chuck Liddell's knees, but that's got to be the mission. Can he do it?
I don't know, because the UFC has pumped a lot of money in Chuck Liddell's training. They brought the experts from all around the world, the special equipment, the technicians. Science! It's all about the science. So Chuck is going to be ready.
It's just another fight, actually another 2 fights. I'm actually, I'm happy to have 2 fights in one night, and this is my reward for training, this fight. So I enjoy it. I'm gonna have a fun time out there.
come on, get with me. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, get with me. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, get with me. Yeah.
Chuck Liddell of the UFC, who was the #1 contender, lost his bid at the belt by suffering a surprising loss to Randy Couture.
Yeah, to me, yeah, I thought I had an off night and he had a good night, so that's what happens. It happens, and he's a great fighter, and you know, I had a bad night. Hopefully I get a chance to fight him again sometime in the future.
Now the Iceman is on a path to regain his stature as the best middleweight fighter in the world. Now to do this, the UFC's Chuck Liddell accepted to be a part of the biggest middleweight tournament in the world, Pride Fighting Championships. Chuck went to Japan in August to face Pride Fighting's Alistair Overeem in the first round.
I think everyone thought Alistair would be, if we stayed on our feet, I think everyone thought Alistair would beat me, out kickbox me. But that didn't work out so well for him, did it?
Now, things may have not worked out for Alistair, but Liddell has his biggest battle still ahead on November 9th at the final conflict, where the Iceman would have to fight twice in one night to win the tournament. But Chuck has his strategy down.
For this tournament, I mean, I just study all three. I mean, there's 3 guys who might fight, study all 3 of them. And I've been in fights that lasted 2 minutes where I wouldn't have wanted to fight for another 3 weeks. I've been in fights that lasted 30 minutes and I could have fought 10 minutes later. So it just all depends on how the first fight goes. You know, but if I want to win this tournament, I need to knock both guys out that I'm fighting. That's the only way you can be sure you'll win anything.
But the Iceman knows not to look past Quinton Jackson.
You just go out there and you got to fight. You got to get past that fight. You can't think about the next one until you're there. You can worry about the next one after that fight's over. There's no easy. It's not like there's an easy fight. Like I can look past the first fight. So I'm just going to go out there to win that fight, and then when I'm done, you know, I'll start getting mentally prepared to fight the next one.
Right after his win over Alistair, Chuck Liddell was ready to take on Wanderlei Silva. But for that to happen, he's got to get past Rampage, and Wanderlei will have to take out his first-round opponent, Yoshida. But Chuck really wants Silva.
Yeah, I'd love to fight Wanderlei in the finals. I wanted to fight him for years. It was just kind of something stuck in my head that I've been trying to get that fight for a long time. And he's also held Pride's title for a long time, so I'd like a shot at him. Wanderlei won't like fighting me, trust me.
Speaking of trust, UFC President Dana White has so much trust in Chuck that he's put up $250,000 that Liddell will take the tournament.
I'm really excited. You know, we trained hard for this. I keep saying we. You know, I've invested a lot emotionally, physically, and financially and everything into this thing, as has Lorenzo. You know, and we're really excited. Chuck is our go-to guy. He's always there. He's always solid. You know, when I was doing the commentary, people were asking me, oh, he looks hurt, looks hurt. If there's anybody that's going to be in the position that was in tonight, I feel comfortable with Chuck. Chuck is a real fighter. He's one of the best in the world, man. He might even be the best in the world. And I'm just really excited. Chuck came into the ring and gave me this and goes, I'll give you the other half in November. I'm putting that belt on my desk. We're taking it. I'm coming for it.
And UFC President Dana White has personally taken on the task of overseeing Liddell's training in Las Vegas.
I'm always training harder. It's nice to have that support, have the UFC support, and have those guys backing me. But you know, I train hard for every fight, and especially when I got to fight 2 fights in one night against tough opponents, I'm definitely going to be training harder, extra hard for this fight anyway.
The UFC's looking to take home Pride's middleweight tournament, and Chuck Liddell is going to have his hands full.
I'm going to come out and try to knock everybody out at face. So I'll be 100% ready. Feeling good, and I'll be ready to go.
Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Get with me. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Get with me. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Get with me. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Get with me.
The Iceman would appear to be ready. But this is big for the Iceman. This is big for Dana White. This is big for the sport. Pride's about to bust all over the United States. Should Rampage fans be concerned at all because of his last performance, though?
No, I don't think at all, because I saw Rampage and I've never seen him in the stamina, in the shape that he is in now, right now. He's in the best shape of his life. This fight is going to be a
boss. Who wins the fight? Rampage! Yes, sir. Damon area. Of course, El Wapo Boss Rudin, and this is tournament match number 1 of the Final Four between Rampage Jackson and the Iceman from the UFC, Chuck Liddell. Joining us in this broadcast, the president of the UFC, always good to see, Dana White. How are you, Dana?
It's good to be back. I'm good. I'm glad to be back.
Wait a minute, wait, yeah, check the pulse. Hold the hand, let me see if it's steady. Let me see if it's steady.
Can you feel it?
Oh, God. Well, obviously, you sat in with us the last time he fought Alistar back in August, and you were full of, I'll say, nerves or excitement or a little of both. But your guy came through, and he seems to have that same, hence the name, ice in his veins for this one.
Yeah, he's the man. I'm telling you, I feel good about this. I'm nervous. I'm very nervous. I haven't slept in like 4 days, but he's ready for this. He's ready for this fight just like he was last time, and nothing we can do now. The hard work's been done. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen.
Boss, you can talk about the mental game it really becomes right now between these two polar opposites in personality, if not striking ability. They are polar opposites as far as attitude.
I don't know, man. Chuck right now looks very comfortable. He came up smiling. His abilities, his striking abilities are about the same as Quinton Jackson. So I think if this is it, who's going to get the shot in? Who's going to get the clean shot? Who's going to get a takedown? Or maybe even a submission? This is a fight that you really cannot tell who is going to win.
Obviously,
I can tell.
Yeah, I was about to say, obviously, one of the three of us has an idea in his head. Almost a hockey-like sweater there for Iceman. Now, I don't think that hockey-like UFC Iceman.tv sweater cost $250 grand, did it?
We'll see.
Obviously, the winner of this will advance to the finals, and here comes Chuck Liddell walking past us now as you can hear the cheers from Dana White, the president. And the UFC, they really are. Who designed those? Did you design those hockey-like?
Matter of fact, I did.
Yeah, very nice.
Thank you.
Still that hockey flavor in there.
It's probably going to be very much like a hockey fight.
Yeah, well, there's a good chance it will. How do you expect this to go? I mean, obviously we know who you expect to win, but how do you expect it to go as far as tempo? We're down to 2 rounds instead of 3 with 2 fights.
You know what? I really don't know. I think they probably studied the fight of Randy Couture, and I think they're probably going to come out with the same game plan Randy Couture had to try to beat Chuck. And if they don't think we anticipated that, they're crazy.
I'm still choked from Randy earlier tonight, boss. I can barely breathe.
Oh, man, he put it on. But look who's coming up here now.
All right, the other half of the first middleweight bout tonight in this tournament. He needs no intro, but we'll give it to him anyway.
Okay, and you tell me who made this entrance song? This entrance song is made by Smith Pack.
From Flint, Michigan, right around my corner, like one of the Flintstones. I'm in Detroit, he's in Flint. So you're hearing the sounds of Motown in a way right here for Quinton Rampage Jackson, boss.
It's looking very strange. I think he grew some tumor on his head right now. Oh, it's a mask. Oh, of course. Oh, there we go. There's the wolf.
He obviously had a kind of a different take during the press conference this week. He just came out with a cigarette in his mouth and said anybody got a light, and did not want to do a lot of the trash talking. I don't know about you, Dana White. Do you sense nerves?
He's going to get lit up tonight.
Oh! That is the early line of the night from Dana White, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we shall see. Quinton Rampage Jackson against the Iceman, whose personality does not change. I think if he was, fighting in his backyard against Dana, the attitude would probably be the same thing. He's very, very much down-to-earth personality, whether it's a huge, until he wins, and then he's running around celebrating with you.
A lot of my stuff is just trying to be confident. Rampage is a very tough guy. I think in his last fight against MURILLO Bustamante, I saw him mature as a fighter. He got caught in a lot of submissions. He was very relaxed, worked his way out of them, and he's a real deal. I joke around, but we train very, very hard for Quinton. He's going to be a very tough fight tonight.
And obviously with these two guys, boss, on the cover of the Direct TV thing, they've gotten to know each other a little bit. They laugh at each other's, whole personality during the week. So it's probably a friendship in the making here.
There is. And we like Rampage very much. He's a very, very good guy.
Well, perhaps when Chuck is in Pride full time, they can get to know each other a little better.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to put it on you, boss. He's sitting right next to you. Who do you like?
I already read the interviews. I read all his interviews. He said Rampage is going to win.
Rampage, I think Rampage, because Rampage improved so much since he started here in Pride. He lost his first fight against Sakuraba, but he came in here a day before. He had to lose like 20 pounds or 18 pounds in the sauna, and still he put up a hell of a fight. And then he started beating everybody, and everybody, I mean Gavin Randleman, and I mean Igor Vovchanchin. I mean, he went through everybody like a steam train. So I think once they come to clinch, he maybe can take Chuck down. I really don't know. I'm sitting here right now. I'm sitting next to Dana. Dana telling me whole week long how hard Chuck trained. I don't know, man.
And certainly in the weigh-in, yes, I mean, Quinton he looks like there's no body fat on there whatsoever. I think he looks even better than he did against Murillo.
He looks great. I guarantee he took this fight very serious and he trained very hard for it, just like we did. Two very, very tough, durable guys. It could go to the ground. It could stand up. They're both good either way. I don't know. It really is a tough fight to call. With me just being,
sure,
unbiased, it's a very tough call.
Well, Rampage wants to be sure that SeriousPimp.com is something that we'll all call out. So SeriousPimp.com, one of the many sponsors of Rampage, BJJTapes.com as well. And he's got a nutritionist done real, so he's dieting right, he's training right. This is one I think all 60,000, all the people watching on TV, this fight, as much as any of them, is anticipated tonight. Agreed, men?
They're gonna be in for a treat. Look at him. Look how he looks. He is ripped. He is ready. So is Chuck.
Let's get the ring side.
Whoa. Yeah, we don't have to say that guy announced Chuck Liddell.
No, I think it's obvious, though.
Yes.
Without the hockey sweater now, let's see if he can pitch the shutout. Like the goaltender would love to do. I'll tell you. Okay, that's the Rampage we know right there. Turning right to the camera and letting it go. This is just too tough to call. I think we've seen probably 50-50 as far as predictions go. Obviously a bit of UFC pride, gamesmanship here as well, and importance really, but a great fight for the sport, part of this tournament. The winner goes to the finals a little bit later tonight.
Wow.
Here we go, boys.
I'm even nervous for this fight.
Hey, we're not the fighters. Dana might be nervous. All right, let's let it happen.
Get it over.
And here they go. Both coming out somewhat controlled. Looking to go low right there was Rampage. They exchanged jabs at the center of the ring to start this out. Kind of a feel-out process, it appears.
Chuck's been working on
straight right uppercut left.
Working on straight punching, you said that.
Yep, jabs, straight punches, putting him behind him. He's been working on putting his hands and feet together, kicks, knees. It's just, I don't know what kind of a game plan they came out with. We assumed that they'd come out with the Randy Couture strategy. We'll see. It looks right now like he looks like he wants to stand up with Chuck.
It certainly does. He's tried to go down twice, but they've exchanged jabs a couple of times. But other than that, and there looks to be a little blood, perhaps on the nose of Chuck Liddell. The jab might have caught him a left from Rampage, it looks like, boss.
Yeah, but it's one-on-one. I think Chuck hit him, he hit him back. I think right now they're feeling the distance. This is
uppercut misses right there by Rampage.
Whoa,
Chuck trying to bring him in.
Chuck
was
trying to catch him with a knee there. Worked a lot on the knees with Gagnon.
It was a stiff left jab right on the head there of Chuck Liddell. And another left, that stunned him. Oh!
Again, an uppercut missing from Rampage. He has gone for two heavy uppercuts so far.
Yeah, I think those stiff jabs, they did some damage, but Chuck can take a shot, as we saw with Alistair. There's going to take the clinch up. Now, who is going to take down.
Now,
Doesn't look like Quinton wants to go down. Looks like he wants to stand up, and that's kind of what we were hoping for. And again, I don't really know what kind of a chin Quinton has, but one guy to test it is going to be Chuck.
No question about that. Chuck's skilled on the ground as well, but he would just as soon stay up for this one.
He does. He likes to stand up.
I was one time, he was at my party, Quinton, and I was drunk, and I showed him the combination that Dwayne Ludwig won with, and I hit him by accident full with a left hook, like full. I thought I broke his jaw, and he didn't flinch at all, so I think he can take the shot.
There's a good right by Quinton.
And the body shot.
Right caught the head, it appeared. Chuck pushing him off here. You know, the thing about Chuck, and there's another solid right hook. He's definitely got him at least stunned. No question about that. But of course, last time we thought Chuck was stunned, he turned around with the knockout. So
he's got great recuperative power. He's got a great chin. And
there is some of that recuperative power that you're talking about.
Very good. Three combination there, left, right with the left hook.
And it's always just when you think he's rocked is when he comes back and gets you.
Yeah, do not underestimate your opponent. If he flies a little bit, he wobbles his legs, do not go. Don't take it, you know, be patient.
One thing that I think Chuck isn't doing well here, which I wish he'd do more, is throw more leg kicks.
I've seen maybe 2 or 3.
Yep. After the last fight, Rampage was throwing a lot of kicks at Bustamante, and he was landing them. And Quinton was hurt after the fight from throwing the leg kicks, so we really were hoping to get a lot more leg kicks in here. It's turning into a boxing match, which I think is a bad move.
Looked like he did land one leg kick in there, boss.
Yes, he did, but maybe Chuck.
There's that combination with that right hook Rampage is throwing, and Chuck is definitely, there's a knee, but not much damage there.
He thought Chuck was off balance, so he wanted to go for the shot and hopefully take him down.
Here's to the body.
And you're right, every time they're clinching, they're not going to the ground. This one looks like it's going to stay up the entire first round.
Rampage is throwing big, looping overhand rights, almost kind of like hooks.
Chuck in the blue, Rampage in the, of course, familiar camouflage.
Yep, and what we said earlier, it could be Chuck's game plan, or maybe even also Quinton's game plan to not kick, and maybe later on, after 5 minutes, when they give the sign 5 minutes, maybe somebody is going to start to kick, at least last 6 minutes then here.
Well,
see that, and there was the kick already. Ooh, that was a good combination from Chuck.
No, Chuck's game plan was definitely to throw some leg kicks and put some action.
There's another one of those whirling rights that lands from Rampage, and Chuck taking him inside. Doesn't want to get 2 or 3 of those in a row.
Yeah, Quinton's right eye is a little bit close, I think.
At this point, Boss Rudin, who do you see having an advantage if either one?
It's either one. It's either one. And it's the last 6 minutes. It's a long fight. We have the 5-minute overtime. Only one 5-minute round overtime. Here comes the takedown, maybe. Yeah. No, it's not. He's got the underhooks perfect.
Got him. Maybe he can get some knees in here. No.
And a nice hook there.
You would have liked to see knees right there, Dana?
Absolutely. Lay on his back, get Quinton a little tired, hit him with some knees to the head. Chuck's not really fulfilling the game plan right now. The game plan was to leg kicks, work up and down, up and down, up and down, and Chuck's thrown almost no leg kicks whatsoever.
5 minutes to go. Obviously, again, 2 rounds only. This one and then a 5-minute round to follow if necessary. This fight has not gone. There's another one of those looping rights, and the left follows it. Definitely, he got 2 in that time. The right followed by a left. But again, Chuck just seems to be, you know, he regathers himself.
He recoups so fast from everything. It's unlike I've ever seen in my life.
Is this the pace that you guys thought it would be?
No, I thought it was going to be a much faster pace. With them both just bombing it out, Chuck implementing his game plan. I thought Quinton would go for more takedowns. He hasn't really gone for the takedown.
I think that uppercut partially blocked, boss.
Yeah, but still.
That knee could have been bad.
Yep.
Definitely a slower pace than I thought. I think they were, it's almost like there's such mutual respect.
There is.
They're feeling each other out for longer than expected.
They're showing incredible respect for each other, and again, not the game plan we came with.
To tell you the truth, guys, I have to disagree. I think the pace is pretty high here. I mean, they're going at it.
They're throwing big punches. They're definitely both landing big punches.
It's an uppercut just missing by Rampage. A knee also, which Chuck was able to block with his right elbow.
He's going to pick him up.
Here's the pickup. Here's what they've been waiting for. And I guess by pace, boss, we're probably referring to moves like this, but you're absolutely right. As far as the intensity, it's certainly not lacking.
Chuck seems to throw now a right knee. No, it didn't work.
Whoa. Chuck is out back into the center of the ring. Fight is the goal. And fight they will.
What a match, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, no, that was a double exchange there.
3 minutes.
Nice right low kick there, landed clean.
Again, another one of those sweeping, whatever, hook flying rights from Rampage. That one didn't get in solidly.
No, if you want to throw that, you should set it up with like a left straight to the body and then that right. Oh,
there's a good left and a right.
Very slow pace. Chuck hasn't implemented a game plan. He's not doing any leg kicks. You know, he had 10 minutes here to really work on Rampage's legs so that when he came out for the second round, he wouldn't have any legs and not implementing the game plan at all.
Dana White, president of the UFC there, and obviously the kicks have not increased since that 5-minute mark when he first pointed it out, boss.
Yes, it's true. But Chuck is here kneeing the knees with nice
an exchange to right left to the chin. That's what he got there. Now he's picking him up. Chuck with one hand on the ropes. Rampage that time finally getting him up in the air, the Iceman, and trying to bring him down. 2 minutes to go, and they're going to bring it out to the center here.
Yep, that's what these rules are in the Pride. Bring it back to the center of the ring.
As a matter of fact, Chuck looked a little surprised at that when they said we're going back into the center.
Yeah, you don't want to be in the center right now with Quinton on top of you. Now it's going to be who's got the best grappling skills. And there he's already going for a figure four, a reverse figure four now.
There's a right that lands. Dana, you talked about Chuck being able to, hey, this is fine. If we have to go to the ground, we're ready for this also.
Yep, absolutely. No, we're ready for anything. There's no excuses. We've worked on everything. We had a great training camp, and no.
Open your guard, get back in half guard.
You can probably hear a little bit of Chuck's corner there. Open your guard, get back in your half guard, boss.
Yep, exactly, that's what they said.
Would you do? Would you agree?
Look at this, and he's going to get up. Now he's going to get knees to the head.
There goes knee
to the body.
And now he gets up, doesn't want to take any more of those knees on the ground, no doubt.
Unbelievable. Chuck, the way he stands up out of this situation, it's crazy.
And again, you can hear the appreciation by the fans here at the Tokyo Dome.
What a fight.
This is, I tell you what, it's a good thing they have 2 minutes between rounds tonight because this round is taking it out of both of them.
1 minute.
1 minute to go, ladies and gentlemen, in the first round. Nice left knee there by Quinton. This is what you want to do now, attack the body. Later in the round, people get tired. That's when you want to start hitting the body. Kicking, punching, knees, anything.
And you can tell that left got him, and Liddell goes down. And there's a knee, a right, as Liddell is back up. Quinn going for the kill in the last minute. Chuck trying to hold on. We're down to 30 seconds, boss.
Wow, 30 seconds left. What can he do? He's kneeing here. He should go for the body if I was Quinton.
Dana, does it look like he needs to get to the break?
Chuck looks exhausted. He looks tired. I'm shocked. But you know,
he comes back here. Look at this. He comes back like this. He's got strong, hard shots to the body. I mean, it's not over. Quinton's got the leg. It's a single leg, and he takes him down.
And there it is.
Wow.
There it is.
What a round. What a round. Whatever happens, whoever's going to win, they're going to have trouble in their second match of the night.
Chuck Liddell, and that's a good point, boss, that we're going to have to get into. Chuck Liddell, obviously fatigued. His corner right by us so we can see him walking towards our corner, see how tired he is. Dana, with him being this fatigued, you got a 2-minute break here. Can he go out, and will he be told to go out and get back to that game plan that you said, you know what, I'm surprised he hasn't been doing it throughout the fight?
Right. Well, we'll have to see here. We'll have to see how he reacts in the corner if he comes back, you know, like the Couture fight. After the first round, he looked shocked. He came back and never really got it back together.
Whoa, look at that left
Here are
there.
some of the highlights. Rampage with a left right there.
Boom, the
that right and
left.
followed by the left right there. And
another left.
Yeah. He could see it there, boss.
Oh, that takedown.
Well, obviously.
Sprawls out, perfect knees to the head right away, pushes his head down, real smart. Chuck gets out, it's unbelievable the way he gets out. He just stands up.
There's certainly no quit in either of these fighters, and if it goes to a decision, obviously the scoring, there's a right that just missed right there.
Yeah, he's going to go with the sprawl in the right knee. Watch this.
Right there, just. That's when it looks like more than fatigue there. It looks definitely he was stunned in that
He's
exchange,
tired.
Dana.
He's definitely tired. I don't know. You can never tell with him whether he's stunned or he looks tired to me right now, which is absolutely horrifying.
Dana White is horrified. The fans of the Tokyo Dome, and I'm sure at home, are not disappointed. El Guapo.
No, they're not. This is a hell of a battle. Whoever's going to do this round is going to be the winner. Quinton is breathing. I'm looking at him, and he's totally relaxed. I don't know Chuck because he's sitting down. I can't tell from here.
Well, certainly Rampage came on in that last minute. He found a second win, got a few good exchanges in the last minute. This one, again, only 5 minutes. Here we go.
Now, again, the big problem with the first round was, like I said earlier, Chuck didn't do any of the leg damage to him, didn't really, turned it into a boxing match.
And there was another one, too.
Rampage looks like he wants to pick him up again, boss. He wants to take him up in the air and bring him down hard.
Chuck's trying to go for the guillotine here.
Stay on the head, work the head, the instructions from the corner. Dana White.
Chuck works good from there. He's good at laying his weight on guys, tiring them out. He's good at using knees, and he's not bad at submissions either.
Well, he puts Quinton in the corner. That was a nice right hook. Nearly hit him. Almost.
The problem is he put Quinton in the corner and then let him walk out. That's the problem.
Could that be, again,
something
the
else we
fatigue?
worked on? Something else we worked on.
All right, Dana White, obviously.
Whether you're fatigued or not, the problem is going to be right here.
Left hook again.
You had a guy in the corner, now you're out in the middle of the ring.
Nice knee to the body. Yep, you're absolutely right, Dana.
Now Quinton, let's see how long he keeps Chuck in the corner as he throws the right at the left side of, well, they're switching positions now at the left side of Iceman's body. And they're coming out of that corner once again.
Right there, he should have threw a knee or a kick or anything.
Yeah, it's definitely fatigue. I told you guys the first round, I thought the pace was really hard. All the punches they throw, they're not like, they're all knockout power punches. There are no jabs. Everything is with power.
Chuck's throwing lazy punches that have no snap on them, and Rampage won't respect his punching power.
And there was another big sweeping right hook by Rampage that again just missed.
Now, here we are in the corner again. This is where Chuck needs to work. He needs to punch, work to the body, work to the head, stop those knees.
Instead of a knee and an uppercut, it looked like Liddell was pushed down there.
I'd like to see a different camera angle. Okay, here we go. He's got him down. He's hitting him. But knowing Chuck, watch this. He's going to stand up.
Well, look at this attempt.
Unbelievable. He's got the right
Where do you
hook.
find it? Right hand lands there.
He's gonna lift him
Rampage.
up again. Nice
Just a nice takedown there.
Unbelievable. This fight is going to be in the top 3 fights of me. What a match.
Now, Bob, here, if you're a Quinton Jackson at this point, do you sense control?
Body, exactly what he's doing. Body, head. Exactly what he's doing. You see, mixing the head to the body. He's mixing everything up. Bang, bang.
That one getting to the chin, to the body. There's the forearm. There's to the body. Again to the body.
He's mixing everything up. He's doing perfect game plan. And now he steps over. This could be very big trouble for Chuck. Chuck doesn't look good.
He's hurt. He's hurt to the body.
He's got to be, after that many, he's got to be hurt to the body. He is human, after all. The Iceman, Chuck Liddell. Rampage, rampaging down.
He's got to jump over Rampage. He's got to try to get the mount, the total side mount. Don't let him get to this. 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Wow, what a fight. Yes, he goes for the half guard, and now he's going to go for the full guard. It's over.
It's over. What happened?
I don't know what happened.
Could not tell from this angle. I don't know if Chuck said enough is enough.
I don't know. We will see it from a different camera angle.
Well, he is still down. I can see from here that Chuck is laying on his back in his corner, and look, doctors are looking at his eyes.
Yep.
And there now we have him on camera.
I think maybe Chuck tapped, but we couldn't see it from the camera angle. Let's see a different camera angle. They will for sure have a good angle for us, hopefully.
3:10 into the second round.
Look at the people here. Look at the people.
Dana, Chuck is exhausted. We will see momentarily from... He threw in the towel.
They threw in the towel. That was the reason.
That is the word we're getting right now, Dana White. Towel thrown in by Chuck's corner. Obviously, you've got to be disappointed. But he never was able to get anything going really against Rampage here.
I have to agree with that. Again, we didn't implement the game plan, and as a result, Rampage looked great. He looked awesome, and he did a great job. Now probably what we'll do is we've set up a lot of work to be done in between the fights, right? On Chuck to help refresh him and get him ready. I'll send that whole team over to Rampage's locker room to help Rampage get back together to win the tournament.
You see, that's Dana White, UFC class act all the way. And again, we talked about the respect that these two have for each other already, and I'm sure we'll come out of this with much more, boss. As again, we see right here, this is, I mean, Chuck had nothing left right here, boss.
No, and Quinton, what I always tell everybody to do, go also to the body, because they have to defend it. He's tired, he has to block the body shot, the face comes clear, and then you go to the head. He did exactly what he was supposed to do.
Quickly, Dana White, obviously, Pride coming to the UFC, you know, this was great for the sport, obviously for UFC and for Pride here. You want to see more of this? How about our boys going to Baby? You know, all kinds of things are possible.
This is definitely a bad start for us, but yeah, absolutely.
Well, see, that's what'll get you fired up to do it again, my friend. There is Rampage walking out, who Dana White has said, you know what, we'll throw all our guys over there, all our support over there. And now, you know, later tonight, the next match coming up obviously pits who everybody thinks is going to win his match easy, and that is Silva. Do you think this match took so much out of Rampage that it's going to be that much more difficult?
Actually, I really don't. It could have took a lot more out of him, but no, he looks fresh, and we'll do everything we can to help him be ready for this next fight.
All right, well, we'll come back with that thanks to Dana White inside the Tokyo Dome. What do you want from Pride before we get out of here?
I want Sakuraba.
I want Sakuraba. Simple as that. Pride, final conflict. We'll come back.
Watch your step right here. The ex-murderer from Brazil, Wanderlei Silva. Wanderlei, how is your stamina? How is your condition?
Of course, I'm very well prepared, and I'm sure I'm gonna win.
If you're gonna win this fight, which I think you are, who would you like to face? Would you like to face Quinton or Chuck?
Yes, of course, I want to fight with Quinton Jackson. We have something to resolve. I think my opponent will be Quinton Jackson.
Hey, dog.
Yo.
Yoshida is going to wear the gi, but he's not going to wear those black socks.
No black socks?
No black socks.
Well, according to my Hong Kong book of Kung Fu on how to wear a gi, yes, here it is, black socks.
You bought yourself a good
Let me tell you, he's going to have to wear black socks, blue socks, anything to help him, because nobody thinks he has a chance against Silva here. As a matter of fact, this fight might be a little too easy for Silva heading into the final.
That is, if Silva sticks to the game plan, which is keep him away. Front kicks, punches, do that. But do not do the inside trip like we see all the guys do from Shootbox Academy, because once on the ground, the gi could be a major factor in the game of Yoshida. He could win the fight actually by submission. But if he sticks to the game plan, I don't see any problem for Wanderlei.
This fight is over early. Keep your black socks. You're going to need them. The beach is around the corner. The black socks and the gi, it's a good look. Rampage takes down Iceman. The UFC has no more representation, but they are still here in support of Rampage to find out who he will fight. This is the second half of Final Conflict. The middleweight champion is already in the ring. We're talking about Wanderlei Silva. Here's his opponent, boss.
And I saw him yesterday at the weigh-in, and he looked ripped. He is so ready for this fight. And like we told before, everybody thinks this is going to be a walk in the park. for Wanderlei, but I'm telling you, if he is running to Wanderlei and he grabs him, takes him down, he could win by submission.
That is the key. You think, it's funny because I was talking to Gary Goodridge yesterday about that very thing. He and Tom Erickson said, listen, if he can shoot, this thing is going to go a while. He could submit, no question about it in their minds anyway, and many other people around here, that he could indeed submit Silva. I think the general population feels otherwise, but there are some real fight-frenzied fans and fighters that think that could happen, boss.
Yes, it could happen for sure because the gi can work against Wanderlei. If HIDEHIKO Yoshida going to take this fight to the ground, he can even smother him with the gi. Put the gi around the head, around the face of Wanderlei Silva, so that Wanderlei Silva starts breathing his own breath all the time. He's got the gi, it's like an extra handle, you cannot slip out. Normally, if somebody sweats with an armbar, you can roll out, you can escape. A gi, there is no escape. He can use the gi to wrap up your hands. He can do anything
which is exactly how he beat Tamura, and of course, the August bout that got him here. When we had 8, he came down and it was that gi that ended up being the move he used. I mean,
he was wearing a gi.
Exactly. He was wearing a gi, and it got him here to final conflict.